Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. It is my honor to be here with a panel of a very diverse visionary, and thanks to the Maritime Standard to inviting me and giving me this opportunity. So my name is Kamran Ul Haq. I am the Global Senior Vice President, Ports Advisory for Lloyd Register. So I'm quite new to the Lloyd, joined start of this year, but I'm coming from a ports background, used to work with Jacobs. In total, in 24 years of experience, started with oil and gas, aviation, rail, all the logistics. So I'll now not go into details. So the topic that I am speaking about, it's again close to my heart, and innovating green ports and terminal. I think we talked about it a lot, I think, since morning. So I think I don't want to bore you guys again. Okay. So look at this picture. I think especially my insurance friend, did you recognize this? Or
the same he was using earlier?
No, it is a different. No, I'm guessing the location. Maybe this. So on 25th August 2017, 10 p.m. local time, a Category 4 Hurricane Harvey with 130 mile per hour, that is equivalent to 215 kilometer per hour, sustained wind, made landfall near Rockport, Texas. So the port of Houston, you can see here, it was disrupted. The event was last for more than 2 weeks due to the ripple effect, and also all mode of transportation was suspended for more than 1 month, and all the petrochemical, all the warehouses, and the refineries that were suspended for almost over a month. The silt that carried by the flood water actually created a shoaling in the mission critical area and also the entrance of 3 major terminals of the Port of Houston. So the rehabilitation projects took almost 3 to 5 years, including the dredging of access channel again. So what point I want to make here, Port of Houston is a major port again. So disruption of 1 week caused a direct losses of $2.5 billion. I think my insurance fellow will relate to this. And if we consider all the indirect losses, that is very hard to estimate, but it is quite significant. So the ports are actually front line of the climate change. Rising sea level, intensifying storms, and coastal erosion are damaging their infrastructure, disrupting operations, and threatening the reliability of global supply chain. So the port must be equipped not just to survive, but to lead. So now let's change the scene a bit. What's happened in the present? I got a chance to speak to the cruise community recently, start of this month, at Sea Trade Europe in Hamburg. So let's try to understand from this industry. Most of like ship liners and all fellows are here. The cruises are actually less than 1% of the global commercial fleet, but they are investing heavily in onshore power supply. So this is a photo from a port of Southampton, is associated British ports. So why they are investing, and we are talking about all this regulation since morning. There are 2 regulations that are actually driving this. EU ETS, emission trading system. So all the cruises in the world, they spend almost their 55% of the time either in EU waters or EU ports. So they will be significantly impacted by this. The another is a OPS regulation that is a part of, again, the EU fuel maritime and AFIR, that's alternative fuel infrastructure regulation. So what is this? By 2030, any ship, including the cruise ship, it is more than 5,000 gross ton. If they are staying more than 2 hours on any EU berth, they have to use the onshore power. So the cruise liners' readiness for this. So as of today, so there are already 46% of cruise lines are equipped with onshore power, and this number will surpass 70% by 2030. So where the ports are with this? Okay, so ports, at the moment, 33 ports at least have one berth with onshore power. Another 24 are funded, and 18 are planning. So these are 75 ports in total. The picture might look very rosy, but it is not. If you compare with 1,329, so 1,329 ports that received at least one cruise call during 2024. So 75 as compared to 1,329, so this is only the 6% of the port that are capable to receive a cruise ship are equipped with OPS. So ports must prioritize and invest in the onshore power system. Okay, so now let's come to the future. Okay, so fuel for thought. It is our very famous series of Lloyd register. So nuclear is an alternative fuel of the future. Okay, so let's stick to a cruise industry for a while. So cruise industry has thousands of passengers, including the crew members. So might be very last ship to adopt a nuclear on this. So how many of you believe that we will see a nuclear cruise ship in our lifetime? Please raise your hand. Oh, very few. I'll raise my hand. It is not like I'm 46 years young, but I'm an advocate of the nuclear technology. So I think, let me give you some context to this. Nuclear is not new to the maritime. Okay, it is here for quite some time. To be exact, for last 70 years. So USS Nautilus was the very first submarines that was commissioned in 1955 with a nuclear reactor. And these ships, they are visiting civil ports without any incident. And also their requirement for infrastructure is very minimal as compared to any conventional fuel or even the alternative fuel that we are talking about since morning. They don't need bunkering. They can go for years, without any bunkering or refueling. So they can go without any refueling for almost 7 to 8 years, or now the technology advances, it can go until 30 years. So I'm not sure if you saw the news last week, exactly on last Thursday. So there was an MOU signed between US President Donald Trump. So I think we are talking about him for various reasons since morning, but I think this is a good thing happened. So the MOU, US President Donald Trump and UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, so that is for the technology prosperity deal. Part of this MOU is a civil application of the nuclear technology. This is, I would say, like it will accelerate and the process of regulatory approval for nuclear. So 2025 is very much a year where we can say that nuclear is shipping as taking a main stage now, and there is a talk of two pathway forward. The first one is floating nuclear power plant, FNPP. The prototype of this will be available in next 4 years by 2030. Let me give you very quickly what is FNPP. So FNPP, like for example, we are here on an island, so we can bring like a onshore this reactor. It can power up the entire island for the years, without any other, and I think it will reduce loads on the grid also. So the other pathway is we will see the first nuclear ship by 2035, but not the cruise one. So yeah, I know, but I'm just about to finish early. So I just want to close with a quote from again from the cruise industry. I love cruises. Their president, Kerlia President Bud Dar, there is only one way path forward, that is LNG that we are seeing at the moment, but LNG in my view again a transitional fuel. So there is one path forward, LNG, then nuclear. This will not happen overnight, but inherent safety, energy security, and zero carbon impact of these technologies will speak for themselves. So I think we are short on the time. So these are my contact details. If you want any more information about decarbonization and nuclear, please reach out. Thank you very much.